Alright everybody, welcome back. So we have a new game that's sent in, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at this one. So, we have e4, d5, e takes, queen takes, and so we have Scandinavian, or center counter as some people call this. Knight c3, queen e6. This is, in my opinion, not the best continuation. I think queen a5 is the best, and queen d6 is also pretty good. I think those are the two main choices. Queen e6, I don't like as much. Bishop e2, c6, knight f3, g6, and knight g5. So, what I would think to do here is either go with d4, or maybe just go ahead and castle. And just keep developing and saying, well, the time that black has spent moving the queen has slowed down the development, so I'm just going to try to jump ahead. And I guess you can say with knight to g5 you are hitting the queen with the tempo, so it's not really like you're losing time. But I like to follow the idea of moving new pieces each move. Okay, so let's go ahead a little bit further. So white gives up this pawn on g4. And I think that white is still better because so much of a lead in development. But I don't think that we should give up this pawn either way. I think that we should try to hold on to that. I think maybe instead, maybe bishop e3. Or, just some way of holding on to this pawn because we don't have to give it up. So maybe knight f3 would be good. Let's keep going. Okay, so we see that one of the major problems for black here is such a bad development we have. We have this knight on h6, and black still hasn't gotten to castle yet, and that's the major problem that the black pieces suffer from. I'm going to give a question mark to this move, this knight to e6, because we don't need to give up this knight. And maybe what black was maybe thinking is that the king side is a little bit weakened, and so maybe that that offers some compensation. But it's really just I think it's just much better for black because I think that the weaknesses that black gets are not worth it. Okay, so let's keep going. And right here, I think that instead of b3, maybe one possibility could be bishop takes on e5, and if knight takes, rook takes. And now, in this type of position, I think that the material deficit isn't really a factor. I think that this is just much better for white because the king is very unsafe with no development, and the material really won't matter because black is in a ton of danger. And you have all of these major pieces here, and meanwhile all these black pieces are not going to be able to protect the black king. Okay, so let's get back to the real game though. After b3, queen e6, bishop h6. Again, I think the bishop takes on e5 is still a good option. They're kind of the same type of idea we have going on, and the king is in the center and unsafe, and so I think that what would be better here. Let's go back to h6. So knight takes, queen e7, and let's fast forward a little bit here. So knight h5. Notice that this pawn cannot take the knight because of the pin. So queen f8. And notice that black obviously would love the exchange with queens because if the queens come off, there's no more danger to the king. And so then black is just winning. So rook takes check, king d7. And let's go forward a little bit further. Alright, knight e8 check, king d6. And let's just go through a little more. So after queen takes e8, things are getting bad when your opponent takes the knight with the queen because the king is in a lot of danger over here. So let's go here. So, you know, normally when your opponent sacrifices or is willing to give up the queen for the knight, things have gotten pretty bad. I think what we could actually do here is just take the queen because it's simpler. And, you know, in the game, queen c5 is good too, but I think that just taking the queen is the simplest. So let's keep going. And let's see here. Rook goes back, and so here black is, you know, up a little bit of material, but it really doesn't matter because this king is in such danger, and also these two rooks actually have yet to even move. So they're kind of useless if they're trapped in the corners. Let's keep going. And let's just go ahead and let's see how black gets finished off. Alright, so after king b5, queen b4, and we have a checkmate. So this was a pretty interesting game we saw going on, and we have this nice checkmate to finish it off. So, interesting game. I'd like to say if anybody has any games they'd like to send me, go ahead, I'll check them out, and maybe you might get it posted on my YouTube. Alright, thanks for sending this game. See you later.